Alright guys, welcome. Today is June 13, 2013. Let's jump right into the member meeting for today since it will be a short one. Alright guys, so we're gonna do just like last week. We're gonna go point by point. I'm not gonna say them all and then jump into each point. We're just gonna start off with the first one. So, first point is our Lore Day project was a success, so you guys can check that out, and I'll post a link right now just in case you haven't. I'm sure you guys have. I put it everywhere pretty much. So, here it is again.
User joined your channel.
It's actually it's trending pretty well. I've advertised it everywhere. I put it in a lot of different places. So, I would like to thank Davik. He helped me out a lot on that project, so thank you out a lot, Davik. Yeah, so thank you a lot for that, Davik. So now that the project is done, that's one Lore Day done, and I plan on getting a better mic so that the Lore series sounds a lot better too. And we're also looking for a lot more help from the members of the guild, because we had nobody there. It was just me and Davik, and then people would pop in every now and then and just give us tips, where they would look it over, like a ninja. He would look it over and then give a small tip at the time, you know. But Davik was there the whole time. He was helping me out doing the whole project, so I need people like that. One thing that we really struggled with on the Lore project was pictures. It's fine, Medwin. One thing we struggled with was finding pictures that was related to Emeric and what we were talking about while we were explaining the lore of Emeric, pretty much. So we had hard times finding pictures. All right. Second off, we had music choice. We found a good one. Davik found a good one, but we need to be able to find specific music that we can change to in the middle of the video, so it's not like one song going through the whole time. It's just like we're about to announce a battle, so we're gonna put up some epic battle music, you know. So we're gonna need help finding those specific songs too. And yeah, so I'll be doing the voice acting. Obviously, I did that all day yesterday. It was hard. It took a long struggle. I mean, the script was hard to read. I had to figure out words, and I'm really bad with pronouncing things. And sometimes my mic would. It was just hell. It's like voice acting from a script is hard, because then you have to make sure all the sound is like good quality. You have to make sure it's loud. You have to make sure it's not it's not too loud. You got to make sure that the music isn't too loud. It's just a really hard project, but I'm happy that I had a lot of help from Davik too. I was constantly putting up new videos, and he was telling me what to fix, and yeah, so those little things. So we got it down, but we still had a little mess up. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. But yeah, so in one part of the video though, we didn't catch it because the mic goes really quiet, and that's like right at 5:45. The mic gets really quiet in the video, so I even had to put up a little announcement that it won't happen again. So yeah, that's not gonna happen again in our next video. I need to be able to catch those things, but it was a little too late. We should have previewed the whole thing more than we did, but it was done, so it's up and going. We'll have it fixed next month, so we'll be doing another one. So if you guys are here next month, be online. All right. One thing is we're still not done with the video. We need to advertise this video. It needs to be everywhere if we actually want to build a fan base and get subscribers to our video. So yeah, if you like it, then help us advertise it. If you don't like it, then you don't have to. I mean, it's up to you. So it is helping the guild out a lot, just getting our recognition, because obviously it is posted by the Emeric Covenant, and it has a lot of, right from the beginning, you know, it says the Emeric Covenant. So if we get it out there, that's what's going to help out the most. So we still need to get the advertisement done. I've tried to do as much as I can. I mean, it's already pushing 301 plus views, so I don't even know what it's at like now, but I would really love to see what it's at. But yeah, we'll see how it's doing when it actually shows up. Keep on advertising. So we need our lead advertisers out there, Sleepism, so you need to be doing that too. I sent out an email to a lot of people. I even put up a little post that were a thread to help us advertise in specific places. So, and that's just to build fan base. And without a fan base, then there's no point in doing the lore series, because then you're just pretty much doing it for yourself. I think it would be nice to have a fan base, I should say. So, I mean, it's still cool if I can just make it for my guild members, but I think it would be cool to have it out there in the community too. So help us advertise that, and that's it. Any questions on Lore Day? Any suggestions? Any things you guys noticed about the video? Any things you guys liked or didn't like?
I have one thing. I barely understood you in the video.
One thing about the mic issue is that we had it on Camtasia. I had it on full 500%. So when I recorded it, my mic was right next to my face. The only reason you wouldn't be able to hear me for some reason would be if you had your mic turned all the way down. One part where you can barely hear me though is probably around 545, where my mic gets lower.
No. I mean understanding, because I understand you now when you are talking, but in the video, maybe you are talking too fast or something, but I barely understood it. I heard your voice totally fine, but I had problems understanding you.
I see. Yeah, the voice acting overall, it is gonna need improvement. That's for sure. So obviously, it is hard. You can ask Davik. I mean, even him as a lore master, you know, we were both testing out our voice acting yesterday, and it's hard to pronounce those things sometimes. And it's hard.
I think you are reading it, right?
What?
You are reading the text.
Yeah, we are. I am reading a script. Yes.
Yeah. Maybe you read it slower, perhaps next time.
Yeah, I need to become more of a better lore reader, much like Josh from the Shoddy Cast, because I speak really fast, but I need to.
No, you speak correctly when you don't read it, but if you read it, it's too fast.
Well, I have to read the script, or else I might not be, or else I'm not. I don't know what I'm talking about unless I'm reading Davik's script. Unless I were to completely memorize everything about Emeric.
Okay.
There's a funny thing about that. Professional voice actors, they actually memorize the script, because if they read it from there, they stumble and stuff like we did. But that's a lot to memorize.
Yeah, it is.
I didn't see that happening.
Maybe instead of memorizing the whole script, we just memorize pieces and then put those pieces together without trying to read it.
Yeah, like the paragraph at a time thing we started doing.
Yeah, I think that would be a much better idea and something to remember for next month.
Plus, it would probably sound more natural, not like you were reading from a script. Yeah. It's actually, yeah, that was a good thing to bring up, Zulin.
Good. Then we'll definitely remember that for next month. So these are things that we're going to have to improve since it is just our first video. There will be people who will complain about not understanding, or not complain, sorry, I didn't mean to say complain, but critique on how they can't understand, or they will say how it needs to be slowed down, or how it needs to be read more clearly. So that voice acting definitely needs to be improved on my end. So one thing I'm doing, which I'll talk about later in my third point, is just getting a new mic. So that'll help the overall sound quality, and then I also need to focus on reading as more of a storyteller than reading a book to myself. So one thing I had troubles with is definitely the pronunciations. So some of those words were hella hard, and even Davik was trying to do it with me, and he says he just kind of, it's hard to read the whole thing, even if you're breaking it down in paragraphs too. So, but we will give that a shot next month, and thank you for that compliment, or that critique. So we'll fix that. Thanks. Anything else? Anybody else noticed? Nothing? Is everybody here? Type a 1 in chat if you're actually listening. Sweet. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into my next point. Thanks, Sleepism. Alright, so my next 2 points are gonna sound very greedy, but it's nothing greedy. Alright, my second point here are donations. First off, I would love to thank everybody who's donated so far, especially a huge thanks to, I hope I don't say this name wrong, but it's Croakar. He made a huge donation with $150, so that helped out a lot, so thank you. So now that we had that donation, we met our goal, but now we're going to even extend our goal further, so that we're never going to stop raising funds, and we're not spending any of these funds until the game comes out. I'm not spending it, I'm completely holding it completely frozen. It's not going to be spent or anything until the game actually comes out. So if you do donate, don't feel like I'm going to be spending it on anything that I feel like I need, or any. The money is going to be spent on obvious things like getting a TeamSpeak server, or maybe I list a whole bunch of things we're going to be spending the money on, okay, in the donations tab if you ever see it, and I'll link that real quick. So if, in case you haven't read it, then you can read it over again, or if you haven't read it in a while, you can read it over again. So that just lists from on the right side pays for the guild website, but then on the left side it pays for everything else we'll need for the guild, and that's going to include a whole bunch of stuff, guys. So yeah, thank you for all the donations, and we'll continue to raise money until the game actually releases, and then we'll even still be raising money as much as we can. But I definitely would love to be a wealthy guild for when the game actually releases, so that we can buy things that we would like to have in the guild. And it's all about making the guild better with those donations too. So, am I speaking too fast for you guys? I feel like I'm speaking 100 miles per hour, and that's one thing that I do a lot that I need to fix. Even when I'm doing these podcasts or that lore series, I speak 100 miles per hour. So, alright, cool. Alright, so that's my second point. Any questions on that? Donations? Okie dokie. Okay, my next point here. This one. Let me get a link real quick. So, for obvious reasons, I'm going to need a new mic for next month. I can pay for the mic on my own, okay? I understand that. So, but with the help of my guilds, with the help of my guild members, I could definitely reduce those costs on my end. So I'm not asking for you guys, I'm not forcing you guys to donate any way, especially if you guys have, yeah, guildies, exactly. Especially if you guys have donated in the past. So I thank you for any donations you ever do, okay? And I feel like I'm constantly jumping on you guys for donations. But next month, I'm going to need a new mic. So I made a pitch-in box, and if you would like to, just donate like $5. If everybody donated $5 in here right now, how much would that be? Like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So $30 right off the top if everybody donated $5. But that's not saying that you have to, okay? I can completely pay for the mic on my own if I have to, but it will reduce the costs if everybody were to help. So I would like to get a professional mic, so that's why I'm raising for. Awesome, thank you, Adaroth. And so, like I was saying, I would love for you guys to help donate, but if you don't have to, if you don't want to. But next month I am going to need a new mic, and it's going to be a more professional grade mic, so that's why it's going to cost so much, okay? So right now I'm just using a headset mic that costs only like $50. Alright, awesome, thank you, Stanson. So all these donations, they're going to help more than anything, so thank you guys. And once I get that mic, the next month when you guys hear a beautiful video, and you'll be like, you know what, I helped him get that mic. So go ahead and give yourself a pat on the back if you help me donate, or help me get my mic for next month. Yeah, we'll see. But I have the software and I have the experience to get the video ready. I just don't think my sound quality is good enough, and I actually need practice on my voice acting as well. So once I get that practice down, and that mic, then everything will help. Or pat. Pat on the back, either way. So yeah, no forces there. Any questions? Thank you for all donations if you do donate. Awesome, thank you, Adaroth. Any more questions, guys? Pretty simple, straightforward. And alright, cool. Alright, so my next point here, in case you guys don't know, but I'm pretty sure you guys keep up on everything, but I'm just going to announce it anyways. Obviously, the game has been pushed back to spring of 2014, so whether that makes you happy or sad, it kind of makes me happy because I'd rather have a good game. But on the other end, I don't want them to be pushing it back just for the consoles, so I don't know what they're doing, if they're pushing it back just for the consoles or they're making a better game. But either way, I'm fine with it being pushed back. It just means that we have more time to recruit and build our guild's reputation. So we're still going to recruit as much as we can. We're really going to try and push for 200 members before the game actually releases. I want to have a good group of players before the game actually releases. Because if you have like 200 guild members, I promise you, when we get into the game, we're not going to have 200 guild members. Not every single person is going to come back. I'm guessing about only like 20% of them are going to come back, and that's only like 40 people. So we'll see when the game actually comes out, but we're still going to push for as much recruits as we can. So even if you're listening right now, you guys probably might not even be active in like the next month, so I don't know if you've quit in the guild or you've just not active. It goes for the same people who have been here like 3 months earlier. I've seen people here in the meeting room who have been here, but then they're not here anymore. So like I used to have really active members, so some of them have just quit coming, you know. I mean, I wouldn't want to point fingers, but where is Centarius? I mean, where is my council member, one of my most active members in the guild? Where is he? So, Centarius, if you're listening, where are you, pal? And I already know where my other council member is. Chris is out. He's at the download event, whatever it's called. What is it? The download what?
Download festival?
Yeah, the download festival. That's where he's at. So, I'm sure that's fun. So, but he's not here for obvious reasons. But I'm just wondering, like, where are those active people? You know. So some people, you know, they just go inactive, and that's not wrong. I mean, we have like a year to wait, so you don't need to dedicate yourself to the guild, but when you do, that really shows how much the guild is worth to you, and it really makes me happy to see numbers like that. Yeah, exactly, Medwin. Or not even a shirt. One of the ideas is that we're going to be getting wristbands, you know, because obviously we can't get shirts because that would drain the economy of the guild because we wouldn't have any money. But I could get like 100 wristbands for like $10, you know. But I can't get like 100 shirts for $10. It'd cost me like $1,000 to get 100 shirts. Yeah. Or that, yeah, that would be a good idea too, Medwin. We could just buy our own, and that would be a great idea as well. So I like that idea. We'll have to think about doing that. I never thought of it like that. I always thought like I would have to buy it and then sell it to you guys. But yeah, that's a good idea too. So I would like to use the donations to buy you guys wristbands though, so you don't have to buy them yourself because wristbands won't cost that much. Yeah, there you go. See, that's a great idea. I love that idea. Thanks, man. We'll have to. I never really understood that idea until now, so we'll have to think about doing that. I'll get the design up, or I'll have my artists. Or we'll just put like, yeah, we'll come with the design for a shirt. I don't know what we'll do, but I think it'll be pretty cool. Alright guys, any questions on that fourth point? No questions, keep it rolling. Alright. Fifth point here, Theorycrafting. Brand new to the guild. There's not a lot of information out there, but that doesn't mean you can't try your best to theorycraft. We have enough information to theorycraft for some builds, but we don't have enough information for like skill trees. We can't finish our builds yet. So go ahead and give it your best attempt if you want. We have a sample sheet for you to just write, make your own guild, make your own guild, yeah, go ahead. But make your own build and make it really fast because Like a Ninja has made a little template for everybody. So if you want to try that out, there's a whole new forum for Theorycrafting. Go check it out. Alright, next point here, 6. Roleplay. Get your characters sheets done if you haven't, and also keep updating those journals too. I love to read those journals. I mean, Davik is updating his journal all the time, and his stories are just amazing. So I would like to see everybody doing something similar to that. But if you're not a great storyteller, maybe it's just not something for you. But also on top of character sheets and journals, we need to get in there and make those taverns. So far, let me see. I haven't checked in there. I think there's about 4 now, right? How many taverns? Yeah, 4. So we have 4, and last month I mentioned the Desert Specters hideout, and that was the only one. But now we have Medwin working on the Emeric Covenant's Guild Hall, and then we also have Davitt working on Wayrest. So what I want for these places is I don't want you guys to be complimenting on how great the place is or how good of the idea is in the thread. I want you to bring your character to that thread and say, hey, this is what my character did today. I went to Wayrest, and let me see what's an NPC in here. I'm going to click on the Wayrest thread, and I'm going to say, so Ace was hanging around the harbor where most of the traffic enters Wayrest. He was watching the sea, and when Rod and Garestone walked up to him and had this conversation, you know. So that's just roleplay. That's what you want to do. Well, I was thinking that we actually roleplay in the thread, or where else would we do the actual roleplay then, Medwin? Make a new thread in the taverns? Is that what you're talking about, Medwin? Or where would you make the new thread at? I guess you could put it in the journals. That's a good idea too. Just say that your character went to this place in the journals. Yeah, I see,
Well,
what,
like,
I see what you mean now.
but like the whole point of like role playing is, say, like you set up the role play where it's like a day inside of, like, you know, maybe the tavern of the guild hall, and then you just kind of link the guild hall, but then everyone in that thread, like, you know, they role play and interact with each other. And then this way, if you want, like, you know, to set up a different event, like in the guild hall, it'll be in like a different thread.
Okay.
That way things that are not happening at the same time aren't clumped together.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright. Then you lore keepers need to set that up. Or just make a whole new forum for that, for like.
Well, in the Adventures in Taverns roleplay, I'll have that, but then I'll have like a sub-form in there with settings where people can add their own different settings, like, you know, different places around town or around like Tamriel.
There's a good idea. You can do that too. So, alright, we'll work on that then. I'll keep that in mind in case the lore keepers forget. I'll send out a message to everybody. Alright, so it looks like my lore keepers know what they're doing. So they got everything in plan. So look forward to doing that, role playing in like those in those places. So like in the guild hall or Wayrest. So look forward to doing that. Any questions on that? Any more compliments or suggestions? Comments?
I have one. If someone really enjoys creating characters, then you can create one for me, because I am really not suited to do that on my own.
Yeah, exactly. The lore keepers are actually there for your disposal. So if you want, they can create your own character sheet for you. You just gotta tell them what like things you want. You just gotta tell them. Davitt, can you explain this to them?
Yeah, one of the lore keeper's duties is to kind of assist members in setting up roleplay characters and facilitating their ability, or like helping them out so they can start getting into the roleplay and participate.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, I will think about it then.
Yep, just think about what your character. Just think about what you want your character to be. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and move on to point 7. Really easy, nice and simple. Tell your friends about us, okay? Get out there, and if you haven't already, just try and get your friends in here with you, okay? Because I'm telling you, if you actually have your friends in here with you, then that the guild will seem like a much better place to come into. All right, so on the same point as that, you want to make sure you're making friends with people in the guild, build that relationship with people, so then you know who you like and who you like to hang out with, and hopefully that becomes like every member that you want to be with. I mean, like a ninja, everybody who's the first one to come into the guild, you know, they meet like a ninja, so he's like the first one always talking in Skype, you know, he's everywhere. So if you are in the guild, you probably most likely know like a ninja. So you want to be like a ninja. He's always out there, just always talking to people, you know, building those relationships, whether it's just like, well, like a ninja has its own way of talking to people, so I'm sure everybody knows how that is. So. But yeah. Yeah, don't want to be completely like him. I mean, just get out there and make a relationship with people. I mean, unless you want to be like a ninja, where you're constantly going through the moods of greeting people, getting to know them, and then yeah, I'm not gonna say anything bad about him. Yeah, trashing them, not really, but he has his own way. This is what I say. I say you gotta take like a ninja with a grain of salt, because he can be like that, and he knows it. But I'm not making fun of you in any way if you're listening to this like a ninja. I'm just messing with you. Yeah, and then he brings up the pepper. Alright guys, so tell your friends about us. Get more recruits in here that are your friends already. Alright, point 8. We're going to be voting on a new community game we'll play next week, so make sure you're here on Friday when the polls are set. Make sure you're also commenting on the forum that... Medwin, can you post the forum where people talk about new games for Lore Day? And that will just, we'll go to that thread. I'll make sure every game that is mentioned in that thread will be in the poll. So yeah, make sure if you want to play a game for next month that you mention it. And if you want people to vote for it, you better give some good details. Don't just put like, hey, let's play this game. Alright, so we'll...
That one?
Yeah, I'll click on that one real quick and see if that's the right one. Yeah, this is the poll, so then the forum game idea is right here. So here we are. So find a game to play for next month. So come to this thread under the announcements and post your idea on what game you want to play for next community game. So like we have Path of Exile here, right, hosted by Red Drum. So then if we go back to the post that Medwin made, see if Path of Exile is on there. So Path of Exile was just posted, so now that I see Path of Exile, I'm going to put it in the poll, okay? And then if people vote for Path of Exile, that'll be the game we play for the next month. And we'll do that every month until the game actually releases. So, we played League of Legends last month, that was the game we voted on. So, and the month before that we played Neverwinter. Alright, Medwin. Oh really? Sweet. We need to start doing a lot more things with birthdays too. I mean, I haven't even ever mentioned that ever in the guild. I've never been one for celebrating those birthdays, but it should be more of a, definitely a bigger thing because, yeah, wow, you guys both have both your birthdays really on the same day? Really? Huh, I didn't know that. I guess I don't read enough Skype chat to know. buy myself a plane ticket and go to the Netherlands. Oh, nothing better when just finding out that I'm retarded. Again, I find that out a lot, obviously. But yeah, okay, sweet. So hopefully you guys will be online that we can actually just say happy birthday to you. But we should, I should make that a lot more bigger. Let me go to the forums and look. I bet if we go to like birthdays, there's probably like no posts in here. Yeah, there's like 2 posts on our birthday topics. How hilarious. So, alright. Well, okay, let's go and move on to my next point. So yeah, make sure you check out those polls and that thread if you want a new game. Point number 9, don't forget about promotions. Pretty simple, straightforward. Alright, if you guys are forgetting about your promotions, then you're going to stay a recruit forever or a spearman, okay? promotions, obviously, send in your letter to the council to my email address. One other thing to remember is if you send your letter to the council to my email address, please tell me. I mean, I'm good at checking my email, but sometimes I don't even see it, and then you're like waiting for like 5 days, and you're like, so I must have failed the letter, or I must have not got the promotion, and I'll just be like, oh, I didn't even know you sent it in. Alright, so just tell me that you actually sent it in. Alright, point number 10. Yeah, so we're pretty much done. My point number 10 here just says, how do you guys feel about the guild today? Any suggestions and any questions? I just want to know how you guys are feeling. Did you guys enjoy anything that we released lately, or did you guys, just anything, just start talking to me. How do you guys feel today about the guild? Actually Davik, we did a lot of that in the beginning, but it just seems like, you can't really, I don't know how to say it, because if you're seeking out alliances with other DC guilds, you never know where they're gonna stand when the game actually comes out, you know? So right now, I only have 2 relationships with DC guilds, and that's Cross and Daggerfall Authority, because I've had things with them since the beginning. So, but yeah, I am in a few huge alliances on Tamriel Foundry that says, hey, here, you know what, I'll go to Tamriel Foundry and post a link right now to the huge alliance that I'm in. But when the time comes, I doubt that alliance will be effective at all. But I'll find the alliance anyways. Just give me a second.
I have a question.
Alright.
What does it mean to have alliance with some other guild?
That just means when the game actually comes around, that we'll be coordinating together with the other guilds to either get PvE and progression furthered, or to go into PvP and Cyrodiil and work together as a huge team.
Well, PvE will be limited, I think, for 24 players, so...
Yeah, and if we were not to have all 24 players online, then we would go to other guilds. So, here is a link to an alliance we're in right now, but I haven't ever heard anything from them lately, so like honestly, I don't know what to say about the alliances, really, so that's one thing we're in, so... yeah. Any other questions, suggestions? How do you guys feel? Comments? I don't think anybody's gonna turn on my back too soon, but we'll find out, huh? Somebody moved my lore series thread. Anything? Anybody? Yeah, there's some pretty cool guilds in that Tamriel, in that alliance right there. I haven't checked them all out, but I've talked to some of the guild leaders. So yeah. Alright guys, well if there's nothing else, I'm just going to say thank you guys for coming, and I hope you guys enjoyed the meeting for today. Go out and broaden your minds and be superheroes in your own mind, and be happy, and I'll see you guys in 2 weeks from now for the next meeting. Oh yeah, and don't forget to vote for the game for next week, or else you have pretty much no opinion in the guild. It's just like voting in a democracy. You have to vote, or why do you have the right to voice your opinion? Oh yeah, and donate for my mic too, because that makes me very happy. I love donations. They make me happy. And I'm a super greedy person. Just kidding. Yeah, if you want, with quotation marks around that. I like that, Redwood. Alright guys, I'm gonna end it.